Albert Lawrence Brooks is an American actor, voice actor, writer, comedian, and director. He received an Academy Award nomination in 1987 for his role in broadcast news. His voice acting credits include Marlin the clownfish in Finding Nemo, and recurring guest voices for the animated television series The Simpsons, including Russ Cargill in the Simpsons Movie. Additionally, he has written, directed and starred in several comedy films such as Modern Romance, Lost in America and Defending Your Life, and is the author of the satire 2030, The Real Story of What Happens to America. Early life: Brooks was born in Beverly Hills, California, the son of Thelma Leeds, a singer and actress, and Harry Einstein, a radio comedian who performed on Eddie Cantor's radio program and was known as Parkyakarkus. His brothers are comedic actor Bob Einstein, better known by a character he created named Super Dave Osborne, and Cliff Einstein, a partner and longtime chief creative officer at Los Angeles advertising agency Daly & Associates. His half-brother was Charles Einstein, a writer for such television programs as Playhouse 90 and Lou Grant. Brooks is Jewish. His grandparents emigrated from Austria and Russia. He grew up among show business families in Southern California, attending Beverly Hills High School with Richard Dreyfuss and Rob Reiner. By 19, he had changed and begun to make his own name Albert Brooks on a Steve Allen TV show. Early career: Brooks attended Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh, but dropped out after 1 year to focus on his comedy career. He changed his surname from Einstein and began a comedy career that quickly made him a regular on variety and talk shows during the late 1960s and early 1970s. Brooks led a new generation of self-reflective baby boomer comics appearing on NBC's The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. His onstage persona, that of an egotistical, narcissistic, nervous comic, an ironic showbiz insider who punctured himself before an audience by disassembling his mastery of comedic stagecraft, influenced other 70s postmodern comedians, including Steve Martin, Martin Mull and Andy Kaufman. After 2 successful comedy albums, Comedy-1 and the Grammy Award-nominated A Star Is Born, Brooks left the stand-up circuit to try his hand as a filmmaker. His first film, The Famous Comedian's School, was a satiric short that appeared on PBS and was an early example of the mockumentary subgenre. In 1975, he directed 6 short films for the first season of NBC's Saturday Night Live, October 11, 1975 episode The Impossible Truth, October 18, 1975 episode Failed Candid Camera Stunts and Home Movies, October 25, 1975 episode Heart Surgery, November 8, 1975 episode Upcoming Season, December 13, 1975 episode Sick, January 9, 1976 episode Audience Test Screening. In 1976 he appeared in his first mainstream film role, in Martin Scorsese's landmark Taxi Driver. Scorsese allowed Brooks to improvise much of his dialogue. The role reflected Brooks's decision to move to Los Angeles to enter the film business. In an interview, Brooks mentioned a conversation he'd had with Taxi Driver screenwriter Paul Schrader, in which Schrader said that Brooks's character was the only one in the movie that he could not understand, a remark that Brooks found amusing, as the movie's anti-hero was a psychotic loner. Brooks directed his first feature film, Real Life, in 1979. The film, in which Brooks obnoxiously films a typical suburban family in an effort to win both an Oscar and a Nobel Prize, was a stand-up of PBS's An American Family documentary. It has also been viewed as foretelling the future emergence of reality television. Brooks also made a cameo appearance in the film Private Benjamin, starring Goldie Hawn, 1980s–1990s. Through the 1980s and 1990s, Brooks co-wrote, directed and starred in a series of well-received comedies, playing variants on his standard neurotic and self-obsessed character. These include 1981's Modern Romance, where Brooks played a film editor desperate to win back his ex-girlfriend. The film received a limited release and ultimately grossed under $3 a million domestically, but was well received by critics, with one reviewer commenting that the film was not Brooks at his best, but still amusing. His best-received film, Lost in America, featured Brooks and Julie Hagerty as a couple who leave their yuppie lifestyle and drop out of society to live in a motorhome as they have always dreamed of doing. They meet comic disappointment. Brooks's Defending Your Life placed his lead character in the afterlife, put on trial to justify his human fears and thus determine his cosmic fate. Critics responded to the offbeat premise and the surprising chemistry between Brooks and Meryl Streep as his post-death love interest. His later efforts did not find large audiences, but still retain Brooks's touch as a filmmaker. He garnered positive reviews for Mother, which starred Brooks as a middle-aged writer moving back home to resolve tensions between himself and his mother. 1999's The Muse featured Brooks as a down-and-out Hollywood screenwriter using the services of an authentic muse for inspiration. In an interview with Brooks with regards to The Muse, Gavin Smith wrote, "Brooks's distinctive filmmaking style is remarkably discreet and unemphatic. He has a light, deft touch, with a classical precision and economy, shooting and cutting his scenes in smooth, seamless successions of medium shots, with clean, high-key lighting." Brooks has appeared as a guest voice on The Simpsons 5 times during its run, and is described as the best guest star in the show's history by IGN, particularly for his role as supervillain Hank Scorpio in the episode You Only Move Twice. Brooks also acted in other writers' and directors' films during the 1980s and 1990s. He had a cameo in the opening scene of Twilight Zone, the movie, playing a driver whose passenger has a shocking secret. In James L. Brooks's hit broadcast News, Albert Brooks was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor as an insecure, supremely ethical network TV reporter, who offers the rhetorical question, "Wouldn't this be a great world if insecurity and desperation made us more attractive?" He also won positive notices for his role in 1998's Out of Sight, playing an untrustworthy banker and ex-convict. 2000s, Brooks received positive reviews for his portrayal of a dying retail store owner who befriends disillusioned teen Lily Sobieski in My First Mr. Brooks continued his voiceover work in Disney and Pixar's Finding Nemo, as the voice of Marlin, one of the film's protagonists. Nemo is Brooks's largest-grossing film to date. In 2005, his film Looking for Comedy in the Muslim World was dropped by Sony Pictures due to their desire to change the title. Warner Independent Pictures purchased the film and gave it a limited release in January 2006. The film received mixed reviews and a low box office gross. The movie goes back to the days of Brooks's real life, as Brooks once again plays himself, a filmmaker commissioned by the U.S. government to see what makes the Muslim people laugh, thus sending him on a tour of India and Pakistan. In 2006 he appeared in the documentary film Wanderlust as David Howard from Lost in America. The documentary included many other well-known people. In 2007, he continued his long-term collaboration with The Simpsons by voicing Russ Cargill, the central antagonist of The Simpsons Movie. He has played Lenny Botwin, Nancy Botwin's estranged father-in-law, on Showtime's television series Weeds. St. Martin's Press published his first novel, 2030, The Real Story of What Happens to America, on May 10, 2011. In 2011, Brooks co-starred as a vicious gangster heavy and the main antagonist in the motion picture Drive, alongside Ryan Gosling and Carey Mulligan, a role that has been given much critical praise and positive reviews, with several critics proclaiming Brooks' performance as one of the film's best aspects. After receiving awards and nominations from several film festivals and critic groups, but not an Academy Award nomination, Brooks responded humorously on Twitter, and to the Academy, "You don't like me. You really don't like me. Unregistered trademark." Personal life. In 1997, Brooks married Kimberly Schlin, then a 31-year-old website designer. Kimberly's father was surgeon and writer Leonard Schlin. The couple have 2 children, Jacob Eli and Claire Elizabeth. He resides in Santa Monica, CA. Filmography, films, television, references. External links, official website, Albert Brooks at the Internet Movie Database, Albert Brooks et al. Movie, interview, Albert Brooks, comedy and dystopia. On Point.